Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Rough Notes. This is Mitch
Woof.
here. I'm also. Why are you laughing already, Mark?
Woof, woof.
Oh, Rough Notes, like rough. Okay,
Yeah.
very clever, very clever. That was Marcus barking in the background, and I'm also here with Eduardo,
Woof woof.
the Wolf Gang tonight.
Bird
Word
up.
up.
Bird up.
This week we are talking about one facet of the Grammys. So we're gonna do a deeper dive in the next episode about how we felt about some of the winners versus who was nominated and all of that. But Marcus thought it would be fun if we all listened to artists in a genre we normally never listen to, or I guess songs in a genre we normally never listen to.
Oh no, yeah, genre for sure. I wanted us to be like fish out of water because I feel like normally we are, we're team like, oh, we do like punk rock and like hip hop. So
and nothing else.
So I feel like metal is less like, nobody's really in this group deep in the metal scene. So I feel like it'd be great to get like a newbie outsider opinion, or according to how the Grammy curates things, which Grammys are kind of ish as it pertains to curating things. So don't kill us, metal fans, when you hear this and when you hear our picks, because we are new to this shit, but we are also true to this shit.
Yeah. So we decided to listen to I believe it was 5 songs nominated for Best Metal Song of 2022. And so those songs were Call Me Little Sunshine by Ghost, We'll Be Back by Megadeath, Kill or Be Killed by Muse, Degradation Rules by Ozzy Osbourne, and then Blackout by some artist who I did not write down that I will look up
Turnstile,
on Spotify.
baby. Turnstile.
Turnstile.
Subway's
Turnstile.
Turnstile. New York Turnstile, motherfucker.
So I guess since I'm introducing the pod today, I'll go first. We're gonna go through what each of our rankings were. I did this based on like what I like to listen to and not by who I thought would win the Grammy. I don't know if that's what we were supposed to do.
That's what I did. That's what I did as well. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I did my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this is the order of those songs that I liked from. I'll do least favorite to most favorite. So my number 5 pick, wasn't feeling this one as much, was Kill or Be Killed by Muse. Then it was Degradation Rules by Ozzy Osbourne. In the third slot, I had We'll Be Back by Megadeath. In the second slot, I had Call Me Little Sunshine by Ghost, and that makes my number 1 favorite pick, Blackout by Turnstile. So I'm sure it sounds like y'all have some opinions, but I'm gonna throw it to Eduardo for him to
throw it to E.
Top 5 were.
All right, my number 5 is the Muse one. I don't remember the names.
Oh yeah, Kill or Be Killed.
My number 4 is Ghost, or the Ghost one. Call Me by My Name, something like that.
Call Me Little Sunshine.
Yo, Call Me by My Name. This ain't Little Miles, bitch. Okay.
Bro, I didn't write down the song names. I wrote down the artist. Number 3, Ozzy Osbourne's track. Number 2, Turnstile. And number 1, Megadeth. That's my 5. So it's a little different from Mitch, but I want to see what Marcus
we agree
is.
The Muse song was not that good.
Well, I am about to shake shit the fuck up because I am biased because I liked one song that Muse had in the past called Hysteria.
Okay, I like plenty of Muse songs.
We gotta let him say his rank first.
All right.
So my number one was the Kill or Be Killed by Muse. I'm like, oh, this sounds kind of incredibly similar to Hysteria. But then there's like a guitar breakdown where I'm like, oh no, this is still kind of its own thing, so I'm fucking with it. My number 2 is Blackout by Turnstile, and I think that will probably end up being like overall vote because I think it finished second for everybody. My number 3, and it was close because I'm not sure if I wanted to be Call Me Little Sunshine or Blackout by Turnstile. Like Call Me Little Sunshine by Ghost was my 3rd, and then We'll Be Back by Megadeth was 4th, and then Ozzy Osbourne, like I love Bro from like Crazy Train, but like this shit, I mean, like it was kind of hidden, but like it wasn't like hidden. Like some of the songs were like, "Yo, bang my head against the wall, like give me a concussion, like put me in the hospital in a country that doesn't have like sufficient healthcare, headbanging." Right. And like this one was just like, okay, I'm not in this is a vibe. Ozzy's still in this bitch. So Degradation rules was my number 5. So I can obviously tell that we've got some differences, especially with the Muse track. You guys want to start there?
We can start with the Muse one, but I feel like I also want to say like this is like I feel like listening through to all of these, like it was not what I expected when I was like, all right, we're gonna listen to some metal music. Like I feel like some of them didn't feel that like metal, if that makes sense.
Are you saying that like when you expect metal, you expect like screamo type metal? Because like I feel like a lot of these aren't like necessarily screamo track, but outside of that, I feel like they do to some degree like honor the general vibe of what metal is in terms of like the aggressive drumming and guitar strokes. Like, what made you think that these tracks weren't metal?
I feel like some of the guitar, like I feel like "Call Me Little Sunshine," like obviously, like I ranked that song really high. I enjoyed listening to that song, but I feel like even in that song, like it's not like the like I feel like you wouldn't headbang to that song because it's just like slower and like more mellow. So, but that was just like my 2 cents before we get in. We can talk about Muse first. I was surprised that they were on here because I feel like so unlike Marcus, I've listened to like more than one Muse track. And like I was just like, they're just like not a metal band. And so it's like, oh, maybe there's like a different band called Muse. But nope, this is them. The one that was like featured in Twilight like 18 times.
Oh shit, they were in Twilight. What song did they play in Twilight?
Oh god. Supermissive Black Hole.
Oh, that's them. Like TikTok been going crazy with that song.
I feel like there's at least another one in there, but I don't remember. But I feel like if you were like, oh yeah, like Muse is a metal band, like everyone who has like listened to their other stuff would be like, no. I feel like his vocals just don't match the vibe of everything else happening in this song for me. And that's why it's like ranked so low.
Yeah. I don't know. I am like I'm closer to the Marcus side where I don't think I've ever heard a Muse song in my life. And I put it on and I'm like, "Bro, this is the midiest of the MIDI keyboard, bro." I put it and I'm like, all right. And not to hate too much, right? They're Grammy nominated, so they must be doing something good. But I couldn't get into it. I listened to it, I'm like I looked at the YouTube playhead like 4 times. I'm like, bro, this song keeps on going. Dude, come on.
Okay.
It was a pretty long experience.
Let me give y'all a slightly different view. As somebody who I believe it was senior year of college listened to Hysteria by Muse. And, that was my fucking study song. The song I had on repeat while I pulled multiple back-to-back all-nighters.
That was your, like...
right, like I was like, yeah, that was the song that I was like, I don't know what it is about this fucking bass line, but like, this is the song I'm gonna listen to on fucking repeat 500 times while I try and ace whatever fucking class I'm trying to ace. So maybe that's just ingrained into me now. So like hearing the Muse sound, I feel like, well, it's in a different key from Hysteria. All the progressions are kind of similar. So the progressions being similar kind of like had me like this is like a solid song. Like this is like a solid Muse song, but it's like, I don't know if it's like better than like Call Me Little Miss Sunshine. And they had like that breakdown in the middle. I was like, it's close, but I'll probably end up giving it to them, just because I'm feeling it a bit more. And now I will admit, most of that probably stems from the fact that like, I am a biased bitch. and I have heard one of their songs like 500 times. But the breakdown was what like initially clinched it for me, and like it made it sound different from a lot of the other, like the guitar breakdown in the middle made it sound like different from a lot of the other metal songs, which do that whole like System of a Down operatic singing vocals over like heavy fucking metal drums like boom, boom. While all this motherfuckers like, save me from Russia, like some shit like that. I was like, oh, okay, this sounds like slightly different, but not too different. So that's probably why I had it as my number one. But I can understand people having it as more mid, because it's not like crazy different or like crazy good. But for the people it hits, it's like a nice warm blanket.
I also want to say I love how you were like listening to another song by them is like all I listened to at a time where I was like deeply stressed out, and you were like listening to
I was
this
gonna
song.
say something very similar. I was gonna say
caused me to
if
be
I had
deeply
to listen,
stressed.
yeah, I felt like if I had to listen to their songs while I'm studying, I'd wanna buckle down and try to get it over with as fast as possible. Like no wonder it was just study music, If like I'm being electrocuted every 5 minutes, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put the book in.
No.
I'm
And
gonna
what
zone
a-
in.
I gotta send you the songs that I like, and I think maybe you'll feel a little
From Muse?
differently.
Nah, Eduardo, you gotta hear that bass line from like Hysteria, because like that bass line
I
goes
already
fucking
built my
hard.
stereotype. I'm okay.
Now you gotta hear that bass line from Hysteria. It goes fucking hard. Like I'm jagged. Like Mitch, you've heard Hysteria, right? By Muse.
I don't think so.
Oh, you haven't heard Hysteria?
I don't know if I have. I just listened to like 5 seconds of it, and I feel like probably not.
It's such a distinct bass line that I feel like once you've heard it, you're not gonna be like, oh, I don't know if I've heard it. Right? like you're like, oh no, okay, yeah, this is definitely that fucking song. And like either you don't like it or you do like it, but you're gonna be like, no, this is definitely that fucking song. Like it's very identifiable, the bass line. And I think that's what like leads and carries most of that song. And obviously they have that whole like section where they're like where they raise an octave, and like the lead singer goes like higher, similar to what they do in Kill or Be Killed. But yeah, definitely a better song than this song. I can understand it not winning or people not vibing as hard with it, but I like the song.
Yeah, this is like the Jack Harlow to me in the metal category. Like if they give it to these people, I'm revolted.
Not Jack.
I'm throwing a
Oh my
coup.
god.
Not Mr. Harlow.
Do you guys want to talk about
I want to talk about
Blackout?
the Sunshine.
Oh, you want to talk about the Sunshine? Okay.
Yeah, because that one, if it weren't for Muse, the Sunshine one felt to me like they're aiming for the Hot Topic soundtrack audience.
It's funny you say that, because while I don't go shopping for clothes, this would be the perfect plot for me to find some new outfits
The
to in
music video
Florida.
straight out looked like, all right, take one of our scenes and put it in our like TV screen savers, so we can look edgy.
I did not watch any of the
So-
videos, but
I didn't watch any of the videos either. I just
Oh.
listened to them music shit.
Bro, they had a green screen of a guy like in a devil costume, and it straight out looked like the hot sauce from SpongeBob.
right, they do a low budget.
Oh,
They're saving
God.
some G's.
Mhm.
I know they're using the rest of the money to like network themselves into the Hot Topic playlist.
Oh my god.
Damn it. Like I disagree here. I really like Kill or Be Killed. I feel like it has like a lot of different distinct sections.
Wait, Marcus,
no,
we're
no,
not
no, no.
talking about Killer Bee.
No, not Kill or Be Killed.
Oh, Sunshine. I meant Little Miss Sunshine. I meant Little Miss Sunshine. My
You put
bad.
it 3.
My bad, viewers. My bad, viewers, listeners, whatever the fuck you're doing to this podcast, the fuckers. Like, yeah, my bad. Like I really like how many distinct sections they are, how different it was. I feel like, I feel like a lot of the other songs on this list, like typically tended to stay in like one fucking lane. Other than like Muse, like they stayed in like one fucking lane the entire song, and if it was hidden, it was like, oh, okay, it's hidden. But if it wasn't hitting, it was like, wow, they're really gonna keep doing this, aren't they? And I feel like Little Miss Sunshine was the one song that had like, I think it was like 3 or 4 different sections. in terms of like the vibe that it evoked. Where I was like, I kind of like vibe with all of these like in a different kind of way. So I feel like it was cool and like how it was experimenting with the genre. Like, what did you think, Mitch?
This sounds like something that I would have listened to when I was like in middle school.
I rest my case.
I rest my case. Damn.
That's how I feel about it. I really like the guitar. I love guitars, Chef Kiss. So I mean, I really like those. It has like a really like wet sound. I don't know if that makes sense, but like just like sounds can be like dry or wet, and it's just like it's just I don't know. It's like being in the ocean.
That was a
I
very
will say
rudimentary description of that.
I don't know how to explain it. Like if you just listen to audio, you just know. Someone out there is gonna know what I'm talking about.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I know what you're talking about. Like in terms of like dry is kind of like what it would be like without effects, and then wet is just like, oh man, this has the effects. It kind of like has like that whip, like stereo whipping,
yeah.
Like, all the mixing and EQ that kind of like make you feel like engulfed in the sound.
It slipped from
So, like,
number 2 all the way to 4. That's how I know it's wet.
I do feel like the more I like listen, because I like played them all back on like repeat a couple of times, and the more I listened to it, the more I was like, this is like really repetitive though. Like I really enjoy listening to it, but also I feel like they could just make it like a little more interesting. If they made it a little more interesting, it would have had like my number 1 maybe. But yeah, I mean, I liked it. It's very reminiscent of like me listening to emo music on YouTube in the 2000s.
Have you ever heard of?
I was about to say, this song sounds like that. Like they're going for the My Chemical Romance isn't dead.
Not even though this no. This is like not that vibe at all. I wrote down like Hoobstank and like Seether. I don't know if that's
you
true.
said Hoobastank?
I haven't listened to Hoobstank or Seether in a while. Hoobstank?
Hoobastank.
Hoobstank.
Hoobastank.
Hoobastank?
Yeah, Hoobastank.
What is that?
I only know because like I was playing Cards Against Humanity, and it was like, what is George Bush thinking about? And I was just like, I've never fucking heard of Hoobastank, and it sounds like some bullshit George Bush was saying.
What is that?
And so I was like, Hoobastank. I think apparently they're like some rock or like emo band. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like a wow. Thank you for letting me know that I've been pronouncing that wrong my entire life, Marcus.
Yeah. Yeah. And my friend was like, "Oh, Hoobastank. Yeah, George Bush would be thinking about that." Wait, how have you been pronouncing it?
I thought
debut
was a word.
Debut.
I'm not lying. It took me until like senior year in college when I said it out loud, and people are like, "What's debut?" And I'm like, I don't know. Debut. Doesn't that mean like when you do something for the first time?
Oh no!
Mariah Carey's debut.
Yeah. It was something like that where I'm like, yeah, their debut was pretty good. Like, what?
Their album debut.
And I never knew how to spell debut, so I just never used it in a single essay.
Oh fuck!
I knew debut is like your like first time, but I didn't know how to spell it, and so I just never used it.
Yeah, this is also gonna go back on topic. This one also didn't feel like the metal vibe to me though. This was what I pictured when I thought of metal, so I was like pleasantly surprised when I listened to it.
Wait, which song is this again? I just want to double check. Don't want to get confused. Ghost. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie about freaking Ghost. I feel like this is for me. This was like the Jack Harlow of metal, right? I didn't really. It didn't make enough of an impression. You're saying "Call Me Little Miss Sunshine" Ghost, or are you talking about like the Megadeth? Are you talking? Are you still talking about number 2?
I'm talking about "Call Me Little Sunshine." It's not "Call Me Little Miss Sunshine."
Never mind. Yeah, it is. It's "Call Me Little Sunshine." I'm literally looking at the title right now.
It's "Call Me Little Sunshine," isn't it?
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. There is no
miss. Okay.
"Call Me Little Miss." "Call Me by Your Name" by Lil Nas X. That's what it's called. But yeah, you're right. No. Yeah, like I said, I don't think I have anything to add to this. I feel like my number 3 track is
It's number
Waiting
3.
in the wings.
Do we want to talk about Ozzy Osbourne? Are we done talking about Little Miss?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure, you know, Little Miss Sunshine, we're done.
Just to show off a little data, we all had Ozzy Osbourne in the like lower section.
Well, yeah, this is I guess.
We tried.
Yeah, I feel like because he has an iconic name, like more people listen to him out of like what's that word? What's that
Like
word?
because he's famous.
Yeah.
Like when you've accumulated rep over the course of your career, you're
Yeah.
kind of just like grandfathered in. I forget what the expect like the correct word or the exact word is, but I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like his reputation precedes him, even when his music doesn't.
Yeah. He like I feel like they just put him there as like default, but like the song wasn't that good. It was like I don't know. It was okay, I guess. Just nothing like too different from like what I like. Oh, the only thing that was kind of different is was he using like a little
I was about
harmonica
to
or
bring up the
something?
harmonica.
Yeah. What'd you think about it?
I thought it was really interesting. I thought it's like especially interesting because you're like listening to it, and then I was like, "Holy shit, what is that?" And I was like, "Oh my god, it's a fucking harmonica!" Like I feel like I like never hear a harmonica in like music that I'm listening to. So I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "That's pretty cool." Also, like I would not expect to hear harmonica in like metal. So
He just stopped trying to be God, you know?
Yo, chill out, Travis. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Yeah, like this is I fucking love Crazy Train, but this was not it. You know, this shit, whatever this was. If 2+2=4 and 8+8=16, what the fuck is this? Like I don't
Yep.
know. Like it was like I'm not to hate on it. It's not like it was a bad track. It was a solid track. But I think I agree with Eduardo in that like nothing in particular stood out about the track when I heard it. Other than I guess you could argue the harmonica. But yeah, definitely not a track that I would probably end up going back to.
I feel like his vocals were better, or like his vocals are more metal sounding than the lead singer of Muse. So I enjoyed it more in that.
No, but Muse got better like accompaniment. No. Muse got better
Maybe,
He's been doing it for so long. That's just his voice now.
I'm telling you, Mitch, after this, you gotta listen to Hysteria.
Okay, and I'm telling you, I'm telling Eduardo after this, he has to go listen to whatever Muse songs I sent him.
Shit, Hysteria, dog. You gonna watch that video? It's gonna be a vibe. It's a bop. It's a Jonathan Bop, weird tie,
I feel like this also, the Ozzy Osbourne song also kind of gave me like an old school vibe. Like I could see this being released in the 2000s. Or like being played as like part of a like movie about like some high schooler. This is the scene where like the high schooler is doing some like big rebellious act. Like I feel like that's like the vibe I got from this.
I could see this being reclaimed by like Gen Zers who don't really have any context for like Ozzy Osbourne, but like making a TikTok of it to be like reminiscent
of
that time that they weren't alive for, Like I could see that being the vibe. I could see this song being the move for it.
Yeah.
If Muse or Ghost are Jack Harlow, this is like Drake,
Not
like,
even.
He does the midness better, but like he's in here because he's so big. Like if Drake were to go into the Grammys, they'd just put his name up there. Like the music is mid, but it's Drake. You're gonna put him in the category.
I also feel like
we can't not nominate Drake.
This reminds me of like Guitar Hero and like School of Rock.
Yeah. This is in the School of Rock 2 soundtrack.
Why are you coming from our boy Jack Black and Megan from iCarly?
I love Jack Black, but I feel like
and Megan from iCarly. You coming from Megan for iCarly?
Yeah, I know. It's fucking Miranda Cosgrove. I also do unironically go back and listen to some of the songs from School of Rock. So don't come at me. I'm not saying because it sounds like it belongs there that it sounds bad.
I mean, if it bags, let it go, let it cook,
Yeah.
Let's do.
All right. Any more final thoughts on Ozzy Osbourne?
If they chose him for the Grammy, it's exactly what I said. He's the Drake. They're giving it to him only because he's Ozzy Osbourne.
I mean, he really went off the rails on the crazy train. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
That's all I have to say.
I was saying they ain't fucking with Jonathan, mama.
They ain't fucking with Jonathan, mama. For real.
Let's go to Megadeath.
He's still fucking Jonathan, mama. Okay. Oh, Megadeath, bro.
This is the one that I was like, it sounded like the most like what I expected all the songs to sound like.
The aggressive ass drumming.
But also like the aggressive ass guitars.
Okay.
So the main guy, he's like that, like shred. I think the reason why, like, there's like those very aggressive guitars is because of him. That's like what he contributed to the space, So I feel like he can do it.
I mean, I don't know who you mean by the main guy because we didn't watch the videos.
The main singer of Megadeth. The main singer of Megadeth is like known for like those kind of.
He's known for drumming
sounds, or at least for the songs that list. Oh no, the guitar. How you say it was like the aggressive guitar.
Yeah.
Yo, when I heard this song, for real, to be honest, it sounds like a mix of fucking System of a Down with that. What's his Sergio Tank? I believe his name, something along those lines. His vocals mixed with like the accompaniment of Muse, like with the hard ass fucking bass line and aggressive drumming of Hysteria, the one Muse song.
Oh my god, I cannot get over how much the one song is like not representative of their entire discography.
It don't need to be representative. It just needs to be good, Mitch. And it is.
Like,
it's
I guess so.
It's a banger, bro. That bass line takes me to the lowest levels. It makes me feel like I'm swimming through the fucking sewers of New York as Spider-Man. But like, that's neither here nor there. We're talking about Megadeth, and it was a solid track. It's a solid bop. I would go back and listen to it, again. But yeah, I mean, I feel like his vocals remind me of like System of a Down. And that might just be my like newbie. Oh, everybody in metal does operatic singing, fucking, new bass take. So, they sound like System of a Down, so like, but yeah, no, I feel like it's a solid track.
Yeah, I mean, this one was like my like number 3, so it was like I thought it was better than than Muse and Ozzy Osbourne.
God damn it!
This was my number 1.
Yeah.
It sounded crisp. It sounded aggressive.
Aggressive.
It was like all like the checkpoints for like a good metal song,
We passed all the same points.
Aggressiveness. And the lyrics, if I was listening to it correctly, the lyrics are anti-war. So shout outs to that. That's been like the big theme that I get when I listen to like the metal, like harder rock songs, It's always about war and like,
why do they always end the part?
Yeah, so it just hit all the boxes for me. And I don't know why y'all are hating on the guitar.
I'm not hating. I said I like the guitar.
That's so good. It's just Muse, baby. But like, I didn't hate it. Like my mid part was like, it was definitely a fight. Like for my like 2 for 4s, like I don't know. Like any of these could like legitimately be like, I could see like a solid argument for like any of them being in any of the other spots. For me anyway. I know not for Mitch. I know Mitch Mitch has some strong feelings about Megadeath.
I mean,
Mitch trying to live.
no, I don't have that. I feel like it was just like very mid. Or like not like it was very mid, but I feel like out of all of the songs, it was one where I was like, yeah, like I would go back and listen to this again, but like there are other songs on this list that I would rather listen to first.
It was just kind of like predictable, maybe.
Yeah, I guess so. Like I feel like this is like I said, it's like what I expect metal to sound like. So like I heard this and I was like, yep, like it's a metal song.
But if we're judging things based on like if you were to judge like the best cake, wouldn't you want it to be like, oh yeah, this is exactly what I want a cake to taste like, and not like, I mean, this is exactly what I want a cake to taste like.
This reminds me of like when Mitch heard that like J. Cole and Benny the Butcher song, Johnny P's Caddy, and you're like, Mitch was like, "Yo, this is like the most stereotypical '90s boring out boom bap rap song." And me and Edward were like, "Yo, it goes so fucking hard, bro." J. Cole and Benny the Butcher. This is like the essence of fucking rap right here. And Mitch was like, "Yeah, it's boring as fuck."
It's like a good technical game. If you watch someone play and they just do all the fundamentals really well, you're not gonna say, "Oh, well, it's just like, you know, what I expect of players." Like, no, but they're doing all the fundamentals really well.
Hey, but I feel like if you're like a pro baller, then yeah, I'm gonna expect you to do all of the fundamentals pretty well. Like
that's not always how it is. But like, it's very rare they do it all at the top level. You know what I mean? Like, it's very rare that they're clicking on all of the cylinders. Like, yeah, sure, it's not the most like, oh my god, like I could have never predicted that like this person would do this thing, you know. But like the fact they're doing it so well, it's like, oh man, this is freaking dope.
I want to go back to the cake metaphor. Yeah, if somebody was like, "This is a red velvet cake," I would be content tasting a red velvet cake that tasted like red velvet cake. But if my favorite cake is like yellow cake with chocolate frosting, am I gonna be like the most excited for a red velvet cake that tastes like red velvet cake? No.
Damn.
Like it's fine.
But it's gotta win because you're like, damn, but this, you can still admit that it's a good cake.
I'm not saying it's a bad song. It's a like really decent song. It's just not my number one.
Calling it mid.
All right, should we go to Blackout, which was pretty high on all of ours?
Is Blackout Turnstile?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, it was everyone's number one or number two.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fucking banger. Like I really was like, oh, like call me little sunshine is gonna be my number. I was like, damn, this is like so disappointing because it was like the first song I listened to, and then I was like, oh, nothing else is topping this. And then I got to this one, and I was like, yo, this goes pretty hard.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. It just sounds. I think this one makes it feel like if this is considered metal, then I need to listen to like more songs, like because it felt like different enough, but still like had some like banger material on it.
You know what this is? This track right here, Eduardo. It took me back to the days where I was a wee lad listening to FIFA. You know, and FIFA always had the best fucking soundtrack because it would take from like fucking all of the genres, and you'd be hearing a song on FIFA, and you'd be like, "Yo, this random song in German, you know, whatever the fuck they're saying, I have no clue what they're saying. It goes hard." And I feel like this track fits perfectly on like a FIFA soundtrack, and it just gets you hype. Like I feel like it has a lot of a higher tempo. Like it has a higher tempo than a lot of the stereotypical metal tracks that we have, so it's a lot faster pace. The vocals don't like default to doing the whole like operatic or like screamy thing that like a lot of metal tracks often get caught in the habit of doing. And then also, I feel like the drums are slightly different. They're not like too different, but I feel like they're more reminiscent of like a I don't know, like an alternative rock track rather than a metal track. But I feel like it comes together to make something that is fun to listen to, and then like the breakdown gives you like a whole other vibe when it finally slows down and goes like halftime. So like I was fucking with the track. I like the track. It couldn't beat Muse for me because of the internal bias that Muse has for helping me fucking pass classes.
I feel like you have like Stockholm syndrome with this like Muse song.
Nah, we're listening to Hysteria after this, Mitch. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel the hysteria.
I feel like the like Blackout, like I was just like as I was listening to this, I was like, damn, this would be like a great song to like lift to. Like it would get you hyped the fuck up. I feel like this is also like a mix of like almost like alternative rock and then like punk from like the early 2000s. Like that's what it reminded me of. If you like put those things in a cake together, and that would be a baller ass cake. Back with the cake.
Is it a cake you like, Mitch? Is it a cake you fuck with?
Yeah, I would fuck with this cake.
Ooh, okay.
What did you think, E?
I was gonna say, just to make like the metaphor a little more confusing, like if Megadeath is like that J. Cole, you know, to me this would be like one of those like Kendrick albums, where not metal, but it's pushing different sounds. It sounds a little old school, but still a little new. It sounds a little fresh, you know. Sure, J. Cole's got the fundamentals, you know, he's got everything good, but Kendrick just does it a little better. He adds a little extra sauce, you know.
You saying the Megadeth is like this is like the essence of what like the genre is, and it's doing it at a high level, whereas Turnstile is like, oh, okay, this is like actually trying to like push the genre forward.
Yeah.
And it's doing its thing though. It's doing its thing though, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't veer off too much that it goes into the experimental realm, but it's pushing like that popular sound into there. You know, it's like helping shift. We don't gotta listen to 100 gecs to be good. You know, you don't gotta be that different.
Oh my god!
But if you can tell that you're shifting stuff, then it's good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We just lost Marcus.
That was that was such a hot take. He's just like,
I don't want to hear.
I don't
want to
be here anymore.
Yo, can you guys hear me? I disconnected.
Yeah, we know you disconnected.
Yeah.
What was the last thing you heard?
I think it disconnected right when you finished like talking about how it pushes boundaries.
I was gonna say, like, if we add it all together, like all of our overall number fives, like how do we want to like rate our ranking so that we get like an overall like 1 through 5 for our system? You know, like we could weight being number 1 and number 2 heavier, or we could like do it like a relatively even distribution, because then we could like come up with like an overall 1 through 5.
I can do like a point system where like each one gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points, and then the lowest ones are like the winners, you know?
Okay, yeah, sure. We can evenly distribute.
We'll do it that way, and then we'll see like if the numbers kind of tell the vibe, or if we just need to fix from there.
Adjust the ranking to fit how you feel. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So we'll evenly distribute as our default.
You down for that, Mitch?
I'm down. Like let's tally it up.
I'm gonna make my own ranking based on what we have, and then just see how close I get to what you guys have. Garda, do you have a consensus?
Yeah. I got the numbers. I ran the numbers for now. So for number 5, just based on points, we have Ozzy at number 5.
Okay.
As number 4, we have Muse.
Okay.
No.
For number 3, we have Ghost.
We're not even.
I'm like so accurate on this.
We're not done yet, guys. Come on. No.
Megadeath.
One is Blackout.
No, we haven't tallied up all the scores. You know, the score can still change.
No, okay.
No, I tallied them. That's literally what I did right now.
We need to wrap up this episode. Okay, I'm now going to look up the winner.
If it's I just hope that Megadeath has a big enough name that they give it to them.
You? Oh wait, this is.
It's gonna be Turnstile. What if it be Turnstile?
It better be Turnstile, because that's what we all put as 1 or 2. It better be.
Okay, I
But
cannot get
knowing the
the.
Grammys,
We did like metal song, right? Not metal performance.
no, I think we did do a metal performance.
I thought it was performance, you know?
Are you kidding me? Then Ozzy Osbourne won.
I told you he's Drake.
I thought we did
well.
like. I thought there was like best metal song. I feel like crazy now.
got
Who won
robbed.
best middle song?
I mean I can't find anything on Google. It's all like metal performance. So then I'm like, maybe
Also, we gotta listen to
Uh,
Hysteria before I go.
It's all best metal performance. That's all what they call it.
I swear to God, whatever website we were looking at, like a week ago.
No, I don't think there was a metal song. I think it was just it's called metal performance.
Okay.
What about record? Because I remember there being a record.
Is it
I
record?
can't believe Ozzy Osbourne won.
Is record like an album though? We also discussed
No,
this
remember,
last week.
remember record is like everything.
Yeah,
right?
record is like the song, but like also like the producers, and, like,
mixing and the engineers and
Yeah.
everything. Whereas like the performance or like the song is just like the songwriters and then possibly the performance. Although it doesn't matter
I get robbed.
because Ozzy Osbourne fucking won. It doesn't fucking matter.
I'm telling you, I told you I was right when I said that he was Drake.
Oh my god!
Put him there
bro.
just for the legacy,
Well,
just for the
after
name.
all that hype for some song that was not Ozzy Osbourne. Thanks for.
So you know they've been rigged.
Yeah.
Yo, I wonder if our metal fans are gonna be. What if metal fans are like, "Nah, yeah, Ozzy should have won," and we're just like all out of fish out of water.
I mean, that could be okay. Look, if we are fish out of water here, don't hate on us. Be kind in the comments. Educate us on on metal music.
Grill us. We need the engagement. Grill us.
Nah.
Talk shit.
I'm going to war with Turnstile. Not against them, but like in support of Turnstile.
Fair enough. Well, thanks for listening to this week's episode. Like I said earlier, we're going to do a deep dive into some more Grammy categories in the next episode, but we just thought this would be like a fun thing to do about genres that we don't normally listen to. Anyone want to shout anything out?
Yeah, so I guess you can find me at Shuriken Crew on YouTube and then on TikTok. Make music. I currently have one remix out, but we have newer stuff coming. You can also find me at Plenty Marcus if you want to see me do weird ass shit on TikTok. And then you can find me at the Cypher CMU Cyphers Discord if you really bout that freestyle life. But other than that, yeah. Nothing else to plug. It has been a pleasure potting with y'all.
Marcus?
Anything you want to plug, Mitch?
Nah.
All right, I wanna shout out Turnstile for the robbery that they committed on you. Hopefully you have good insurance. Muse, best of luck at the Tilly's playlist. Ghost, best of luck in the Hot Topic playlist. Megadeath, you the boys, you already know. That's it.
All right. Bye, everyone. Bird up.
Bird up.
Bird up.
Bird up.